With the conclusion of Chapter 5, Season 1, we are introduced to Zeus and the Olympians who want to end all of mortal kind. I tried doing some sort of prophecy voice. Anyways, while Zeus's wrath is upon us, a familiar face rises from the shadows, that face being none other than Midas. There's so much lore to uncover, and today in this video I'll be covering the following questions. What happened to the society? What happened to Valeria? What happened to the underground? Who is Zeus and what is his plan? Who is on our side? Who is Hades? Where was Midas all this time? What is Midas's plan? What connections does Odyssey have with Jenna? Who is the Oracle and where will the story go from here? I'll be answering all of that, so buckle up folks, cause this is gonna be long. So what happened to the society? When Pandora's box opened, Zeus and the Olympians arrived on the island. Zeus, being hell-bent on ending mankind, started with the society. In the Conqueror Zeus loading screen, we can see Zeus fighting Montague, Nisha, and Oscar. In the Immortal Artemis loading screen, we can see Artemis hunting Oscar down. Here is the status of all the society leaders. Montague is probably alive and in hiding. Reason why I say that is because he wields the diamond amulet, and in the Conqueror Zeus loading screen, we can see him fighting Zeus alongside Nisha and Oscar. Since Montague can turn into diamond, he probably turned himself into diamond before being struck by the thunderbolt, or turned one of his body parts into diamond and got that part struck. Because the thing is, Montague can fully turn himself into Diamond or a part of Diamond, as seen in the Conqueror Zeus loading screen, not to mention that Diamond can be damaged by lightning. And Montague has both of his fists covered in Diamond in that loading screen. Or, has both of his fists, turned into Diamond in that loading screen. So it is safe to assume that he probably lost a hand or two, just like Midas. To further back up the fact that Montague is alive, he has special dialogue with Hope, which further indicates that he is alive. Nisha is probably critically injured given as to how she's the only human being with no powers, unlike the other two, Oscar being an animal and Montague being the human who wields diamond manipulation. Reason why I say Nisha is alive is because she has special dialogue with Hope. Oscar, oh boy. Everyone who's a fan of Oscar is gonna hate this. But Oscar not only has no special dialogue whatsoever, he is seen being hunted by Artemis and he is fighting Zeus alongside Montague and Nisha. So it is safe to assume he is dead. So all those Oscar fans, well, guess what? Pack your bags, because he's gone. It's just a sad, let's just have a moment of silence for all those Oscar fans. Greetings. As I am editing this, I found out that Oscar does have special dialogue with Hope. However, it is the same dialogue that Hope has with Nisha. Enjoy the rest of the video. Now, this ties into our next society member. What happened to Valeria? After opening Pandora's box, she realized what she has done. And you know what? Let's play a game here. What do you think Valeria does? A. Goes to Hope and apologizing for being so hell-bent on Pandora's box and decides to try and fix her own mess. B. Helps the society fight the evils from within Pandora's box. C. She gets what she wants. Or D. She dips. I'll give you all a couple of seconds to answer this one. It is option D, so if you got it right, congratulations, here is a cookie. If you didn't, well, better luck next time. According to new dialogue with Hope after opening the box, or, this new Ask About feature, Hope reveals that Valeria literally just dipped right after opening Pandora's box. Yeah, shout out to Valeria for being an awesome older sister, just a shout out. Anyways, moving on from Valeria, let's move on to our next question. What happened to the underground? With Hope on the island, it's safe to say that the underground is here to stay, unlike the society. Even though Hope claims that the underground is done for now, I have a feeling she will probably make the underground go active again and recruit everyone to defend against the Greek gods with the help of the Oracle. Which ties into our next question. Who is the Oracle? The Oracle is a being we do not know about. However, we know that she is on our side due to some leaked dialogues. By the way, as I'm recording this video, part 1 should be out. She explains how Zeus is evil. Well, not necessarily. He just wants to end all of mortal kind. The Oracle also mentions that the Olympians are not evil, but will have to destroy all of mortal kind under the command of Zeus. However, according to the Oracle, if we unite together under the leadership of a true hero, who we currently don't know what that is, we have a chance to stand against Zeus and defeat him once and for all. Which ties into our next question. Who is Zeus and what is his plan? In Greek mythology, Zeus was the god of thunder and sky, brother of Hades and Poseidon. He was the king of gods. After the events of Pandora's box, the underworld unleashes. Zeus takes notice immediately and gets on the island. Now Zeus wants to end us. According to the leaks, he plans to have some sort of timer, and when that timer ticks to 0, well, We are all goners. According to Aphrodite, who is Zeus's daughter, he used to be a kind god who would give the mortals gift, but then something happened to him eons ago which caused him to be like this, all hell-bent and against mortals. The thing is, we do not know what happened to him, so we will have to find out soon enough, which ties into our next question. Who is on our side? After investigating for some time, we have an answer, but before I say it, let me tell you who is neutral. Hades is neutral as he really doesn't want to do it. Hades just cares for his world. This is proved when you interact to Aphrodite as Hades. She'll say the following to Hades: "You've always valued mortals in your own way." Meaning that he only values them, but in his own way. I feel like he values when they die, because then he grows more stronger and stronger. I'm not sure for Artemis, however, she isn't hell-bent like Zeus, but she still sees mortals as prey. So, who is on our side, however? So far, we have Aphrodite and Medusa. Aphrodite is a medical specialist according to her NPC description. Aphrodite has spent countless eons saving mortals from wrathful gods and gods from each other. However, with her father Zeus having a thing against mortals, it is going to be an exhausting challenge. Medusa also has the same goals as Aphrodite. However, Medusa is not a god, she's a Gorgon, and she hates the gods, despite Aphrodite being the only one that wants to help. Medusa wants to protect mortals from the wrath of the gods. This is further backed up by one of her dialogues saying, "The gods have harmed many, I seek to put a stop to it." She also wants to trust Aphrodite, but she has her doubts as she's a god. Again, further backed up by the dialogue, if you interact with Medusa as Aphrodite, she says, "I would love to trust you, but in the end, you're a god just like them." Who is Hades? We have talked about him a lot in this video, but we actually never gone in deep depth about who he is up until this point. In Greek mythology, Hades is the brother of Zeus and Poseidon and god of the underworld. Even though he's the god of the underworld, he's actually not evil. In Greek mythology, he's actually a pretty chill and passionate guy. He's only seen evil because he's associated with the underworld and the dead. So, yeah. As of right now, we have no clue what his role is besides keeping Midas hostage at some point, which ties us into our next question. Where was Midas all this time? After he was eaten by the shark, Midas ended up in the underworld. Now, you guys may be thinking, Shadower, didn't Donald the Mustard confirm that Midas isn't dead? Well, you see, he's right. Donald the Mustard saying Midas isn't dead is still factual. However, I theorize that Charlie is retconning him, Charlie being the new CCO of Epic Games. And an example would be, back in Chapter 2, Season 2, during Midas' trailer, we see Midas turning Black Knight's helmet into gold. However, according to the Storyteller quest, which are the leaked quests, Midas accidentally turned his daughter Jules into gold. Basically, Donald was right, because at that time when Donald the Mustard was in charge, he had no intentions of Midas being dead. However, when Donald the Mustard had little to no story involvement, the writers probably changed Midas' story a bit so it's set up for Charlie win. Anyways, when Midas was bit by the shark, he ended up in the underworld. Fast forward to now, and Midas is imprisoned by Hades. But why would Hades imprison Midas of all people? Well, what I'm about to tell you will shock you. This will also explain the appearance of Shadow Midas, which has confused others over the years. You see, back in Chapter 2, Season 3, when Midas got bit by the shark, it caused him to go into the underworld. However, in Fortnite Nightmares 2020, he came back as a shadow. The Shadow Realm in Greek mythology is in the underworld. It is also known as Arabs' Land of the Shadows. This is where Hades lived. So, Midas wasn't imprisoned in the underworld, he was simply a shadow. But Midas must have figured out how to control the Land of the Shadows, aka the Shadow Realm, and hence returned as Shadow Midas. You see, Shadow Midas and Midas are actually the same being. Hades took notice of Shadow Midas controlling the Shadow Realm and immediately stopped Midas. This would explain why Shadow Midas just vanished after Fortnite Nightmares 2020 and his appearance at all, and why Hades imprisoned him of all people. Hades knew that if Midas were to roam free in the underworld, Midas would just have a way of escaping the underworld and control an army. Now, let's talk about our next question. What is Midas' plan? There isn't much known, unfortunately. However, we do have a decent idea thanks to League. According to them, Midas will try to get into the Marigold yacht to either get us to safety or to get away himself. Reason why is because he is planning on using the lava to kill the Greek gods, and golden lava at that. Hence, Midas presents floor is lava. This game mode is kind of unique unlike we've ever seen. When you touch the lava, your weapons get turned into gold, and so do you, and so does your pickaxe, and Midas turns lava to gold to melt the Greek gods. In case they don't get melted, they'll turn into gold. Quite a genius way to kill a Greek god, I'll admit. But enough of Midas, now it is time to explain a certain character, Odyssey, more importantly. What connections does Odyssey have with Jenna? When we were introduced to Odyssey back in Chapter 5 of Season 1, many people noticed as to how similar she looked to that of Jenna. Many people thought that this was just a mere coincidence, that is, until the season dropped and so did the bombshell. Odyssey has the same helmet to that of the Ageless, the Ageless being the snapshot of the original Jenna. One thing to note is that they look oddly similar. Here's both of them side by side. Now tell me, do they not look like each other? Do they not, look identical? Not only that, but Odyssey's description literally says an ageless spirit of adventure. Not only that, but the hair too. Let me explain. We all know how the Ageless has a white strand of hair, right? What color is his armor? White. Stay with me here. We all know that Odyssey has a blue strand of hair. What color is her armor? Blue. It's like Fortnite is telling us that Odyssey is a female version of Jenna, although I wouldn't take it that far. Besides that, we have nothing else. Now it is time for our final question. Where will the story go from here? According to leaks, Zeus will have a large hourglass that will end all mortals, and we will have to destroy that in a snapshot quest. It will get destroyed, luckily, but we are unaware as to what will happen next. I theorize that after the hourglass gets destroyed, Zeus would be so pissed that he will have to end all of mortal kind on his own, leading up to a possible live event. That is all I've got for today's video. This is probably one of my, if not the longest lore video I have ever made. So a like and sub would be nice, even though you don't have to do it. But anyways, as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.